Hello everyone, welcome to Lighthouse Stamping with Lorraine. I hope you're having a great day. Today's August 19th, 2022. And the reason I'm telling you the date is Celebration is going to be ending in a week and a half. And we're using some lovely paper from the Celebration today, which is called Rings of Love. It's located on page 7 of the little Celebration catalog. Also, if you go to my online store, you'll find 10 other items that are available as of the 2nd of August through the 31st that you can earn with a qualifying purchase. Love these aspen tree dies. If you spend $100, you could get those for free. So don't forget that Celebration will be wrapping up in a week and a half and your time is limited. So you want to get those orders in as soon as possible. In addition to this lovely paper we're going to be using, we are going to use something out of the mini catalog. It's not. It is part of the Sweetest Christmas. It's page 9. And what we're going to be using is the ribbon. It's Real Red and Garden Green combo ribbon. And it's a very nice woven ribbon. I really like it a lot. And we're going to be using, we're going to be using the red, I think, today. So, you're saying, what are we making? Let me get all this out of my way here so that I can show you the project. This is what we're making. It is a very large box. This box is, what is the dimensions of this? It's 4.5 by 4.5 by 4.5, and it is 6 inches tall. So it's a very large box. As if you've been following my channel, and I hope you do follow and subscribe, you know that I like to use retired paper to do my projects, and all the product on this is retired. But I'm sure many of you have retired products sitting there around, maybe even the seaside paper. So that's what this one was made out of. So we're going to recreate this today. You will find all the dimensions, all the supplies I used for the box we're going to make in the description below, my link to my online store, my email address. I love to hear from you. If you have a project or something you want to learn how to do, please let me know and I will try to accommodate you. And of course, like and subscribe because I am trying to grow the channel. So let me guess what we're going to be using today. First, we're going to be using Evening Evergreen. And you're going to need 2 pieces of paper. And I'm going to grab my glasses just a moment here so that I can see what I'm going to be looking at as far as numbers. These 2 pieces of paper need to be cut down to 8.5 by 9.5. So you're trimming off one side. And then you also need a piece that is 8 by 8 for the lid. So we'll get back to the lid in a second. First, we're going to take and score this together. This box comes together rather quickly. We are going to, hang on here, we're going to score at, I'm try to move my light a little bit so you can see the numbers. So this is 4.5 and 9. We're rotating it so the score lines are closest to me, and we are going to score at 2.5. Whoa, and stay in track. And then we'll do it on the next one. 4.5. 9, 2.5. I said it's pretty easy. Now the next one is the lid. And I've shown this once before. I'm just going to use these 2 pieces. I didn't bring any scrap in with me. You need to pull this away ever so slightly. These are 1/8 inch, and you need to come about a 1/16, which is like halfway between this and this right here, as you can see that. Hopefully you can get it close enough. Or take 2 thicknesses of cardstock and it will give you the same thing. I just over time learned where that is, and it makes it easier just to go that way for me. So we're going to score at 1 3/4, which is actually a little less than 1 3/4 on all 4 sides, pulling away slightly. Just got to remember to put it in and then pull out just a little bit. And like that. And that is the end of our scoring. So we got all the pieces here. I got this one in my hand. We might as well burnish it while we're there. We're gonna do all the pieces at one time, folding, burnishing, and we're gonna add DSP to this. The reason I didn't make this box totally out of DSP is I needed a really sturdy box. And you just can't get for the weight of what I needed to put in this box, the DSP was not going to work. So we went to cardstock. And as you know, our cardstock is some of the best cardstock I've ever seen. So we've burnished all of our lines, and we're going to grab our snips. Just one moment. Yes, move around in my squeaky chair. We're going to trim up this little tab here. We're going to nip off just a little on this end. I'm going to come up and do the other end here. Just take a little sliver off. And then we're going to come straight up this line here. And we'll do this one. And this. Here. And then the lid, we're going to score up one side. Or cut. It's early. We're going to be about, I'm actually filming this a few days before the 19th, but we're supposed to be a little over 100 today here, so I'm up filming early. And I'm just wedging in just ever so slightly, and I'm rotating as I go. When you disperse the weight around the lid, it keeps it a little more even, the weight of the box, instead of having it heavy on 2 sides. And I think it just makes a sturdier box too. And another wedge. And a wedge. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of scrap here. Throw that in the old trash can. So I am one to put all of my DSP onto my projects before I build them. I know some people like to put the project together and build the DSP. You can do it that way too. It's whatever you choose to do. Excuse me. It's already getting warm. And this is the paper we're going to be using today. So these strips here are 4 3/8 by 1.5. And then we have a piece that is 4 3/8 by 4 3/8. And then we have 4 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. And we're going to attach all of these onto the largest panel here. I'm going to grab my glue. Like I said, you can put the box together and then put this together. I mean, it is up to you. I just personally like doing it while it's flat. I find it a little easier. This paper is so pretty. I like the, maybe I should have done that side. I like that side too, the branches. But I like the flowers. And just try to line it up as best you can right in the center there. Do this one. If you have to make a lot of boxes, this is an easy one to make. I like making boxes of different kinds, and I'm sure over the next few months I'll be doing a lot more boxes, different types of boxes and bags and stuff. I always need a lot of them, especially during the holidays, and I like to make my own. So this one's for the center. Yeah, I'm already thinking about Christmas, and so this is for a Christmas present. So unfortunately, you can't find out what goes inside. But just tell you, it is really quite heavy. So much fun. I'm going to show you how to double reinforce this bottom of this box, because even with using cardstock, I think I'm going to need the reinforcing. So we're going to cut another piece here in a minute, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Now I know last week I did a bag, and I know several of you looked at that and really liked it. If you haven't seen the bag, go back and look at it. It's really nice. It's out of DSP. But I made it for a special purpose in mind, and discovered that I didn't make the right size bag. So I'm back to the drawing board trying to figure out a different size bag for my project that I need for Christmas. So hopefully in another week or so I'll have a different size bag, maybe a little different design to show you. So I like doing bags and boxes. Where did I hide the tear and tape? Right here. So we're going to put tear and tape on this side here. If I can find the end of it. And we're going to follow. I'm using tear and tape on the edges because I just find it easier than trying to put glue on the tab and lining everything up. But you can use glue, you can use seal. Sides and stuff, I would use glue or seal or tear and tape. Snail might work, but if you're going to hold any weight, you want something a little better. Oh, I'm picking up the glue when I'm trying to lift that. If you do, just give it a little burnish, and that helps pull the glue back down. So I'm only pulling it off one side. Still got it on the other. And you're gonna take, and I'm gonna turn it this way, sorry. Always turn your whatever you're making this so it's comfortable for you to see what you're doing. And I'm holding it up and hovering and lining up the top and the seam here. Move things that work so you see it. So get that, and we'll give that a little burnish here. Now we're going to fold this one in and that one, and that's going to close just like that. I think my tear and tape is really quite warm. It's 9 in the morning and it's already 84 degrees. At least in my room, here it is. And I'll get that just like that. There's the start of our box. We're going to flip her over. It really doesn't matter what the front is because it's just there's seams on both sides, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, and you've got a little lip here where it's going to overlap. And what I like to do is on one of those is put a little more tear and tape. We're going to seal the bottom with glue because glue naturally when it dries, it hardens a little bit and it makes the box a little more sturdy. But I'm pulling this piece of tear and tape just to hold this in place instead of glue. So make sure you're square. If you got a grid, use the grids because you set it right in the middle of the grid and you know if it's square or not. And I know I'm not here. You know, just tear from the sides. And I want my box very square. Just a little bit there to hold it. I mean, it's not going to hold it very well, but it's enough. And then I'm going to cover, start using glue. And put quite a bit of glue on here, actually. Like I said, it's, and I'll flip one side in and flip the other side in. Now, you're gonna also, right along this one tab, because you've got that another 1/2 inch, you make sure you get some glue on that. And I normally throw a block in here, but I didn't bring one with me. Hand sanitizer bottle. Well, I'm just throwing my hand sanitizer bottle in there just to hold the bottom of this until we're done, okay? And I'll take it off camera. Usually I use my blocks, but I've told you, I've been crafting in the living room because it's too hot in my office in the summertime. And in the Northwest, we don't have AC. A lot of people don't have AC. So we're gonna put glue on this first tab and just line it up and make sure you've got a 90-degree angle when you're doing this. Hold it for just a second. It doesn't take but a moment. Yeah, talking about hand sanitizer, I've just shoved in there. Do you know that hand sanitizer really cleans glue off your fingers really nicely? Boop. Well, we'll tuck that one in and put a little more glue. I didn't hold it long enough. Hold this one for a second here too. If you really want to move on with these, you can if you don't have the time to take and hold them for just a few seconds. Clothespins work really well, little clips. The paper clips work too. I don't like using the paper clips too much. They almost put too much pressure. What I mean by paper clips, do I have one here? Use regular paper clips too, but those bookbinding ones, the little black ones that have the thing, they're almost too hard and they will actually dent your DSP. But paper clips work really nice, the big ones. Just put a little paper clip around here if you want. If you're doing a whole bunch of these and you want to just keep on moving on, paper clip them all and set them aside. Throw a block in your thing, more like I did when I grabbed the closest thing I had that had some weight. So this is our lid. We'll grab our box back here. Now I know that's a full bottle of, a bottle almost fit in there. That's a full bottle and it's not small. This is a 12-ounce bottle and it's almost full. Not doing an ad for this company, but great stuff. Anyhow, but I know what I'm putting in this box is not going to work too well. So I'm going to use the same dimension as I used for the DSP here because I don't need it to go clear to the side. I just need something to give me, you already tell, you tap on it, you can feel that the glue is already drying. And the drier it gets, the more it will. But I need a little more in here. So I'm going to grab another piece of green. You could use a different color inside too, which is really nice. Something a little different. Matter of fact, bear with me. The other green in this is Soft Succulent. Sorry, I'm reaching above my camera here real fast. We'll just grab and we'll try Soft Succulent instead. I've got to cut into a new piece, so I might as well do something different. I like stamping and stuff on the fly too. At some point, when I do get enough viewers, I will start doing premieres and lives where we can, you know, you can help me create and tell me what you'd like to see. But in the meantime, until I have enough subscribers to do that, please send me emails and let me know what you'd like to see. So the dimensions of the top piece there were 4 3/8 by 4 3/8. So I'm not going to get real precise, and I may even go over just a hair over, but not much, you know, just a hair. And we're just going to cut an extra piece that's 4 3/8. 1, 2, 3, and just a hair more, because you have a little extra space in there. And this is Soft Succulent I'm using. And if you're making an insert for your box, make sure you dry fit it to make sure it does fit in there, which this does. Now, I find this easier, and it's going to be hard to see, but I find you can put the glue on this, but I find it easier. And I'm sorry, my hand and my head is getting in the camera. But just getting a good amount of glue down here in the bottom. Like that. And then drop this in. When that glue dries and that piece in there, and I will throw something heavy in here to hold this down. Once that dries and that extra piece of cardstock in there, that will really make the bottom of this, so what I have to go in here will not break through. There's nothing worse than making a box and give it to somebody and whatever you've put in is too heavy for it. So reinforcing is very important. So an extra piece of paper, a little more glue really does help. So lid should go on here nicely, slide directly on. Oh, we're catching on something there. Oh, nice. We don't have, if you notice, we don't have any buckling here where the paper, you know, you get that buckle thing here. So you get the buckle like that. We don't have any of that buckling because we put that little gap in there, okay? That's very pretty. Now, this is Poppy Parade in here. I didn't have any Poppy Parade, but I looked at this and I thought, real red works for me. So, and I debated about going all 4. You could do 4, but I'm just doing a simple bow. That should give me enough. If you need an extra pair of hands, you guys use a glue dot underneath. I am no bow expert, I can tell you that. And like everything else I said, always rotate your projects to make them easier for you to work on. You know, it's even like your cutting machine. And I'll show you in just a second. Get some nice edges there. And I'm not worried which way this bow is turning, really, because there really is no right or wrong side to this box. It's just a really big box. It's a really nice box, but really big. What I meant by turning things to make... Normally, we use our carding boards this way, on scoring boards, okay? It's just the way we've all been learned. That sounds really good. How we've been taught. But lots of times, if I'm doing something where I need to get really detailed, I'll turn it this way. And I've actually stuck a piece of paper here that allows, if I can get that so you can see it. I can see the numbers really clearly then. But by also turning my board this way, if I'm cutting something and I need to make sure I'm coming down to this mark here, I can see it and I can still operate the machine. So turn your equipment, turn the project, turn whatever you need. Whatever makes you comfortable and gets the job done, there is no right or wrong. So that's my big tip for the day. I hope you enjoy this box. Like I said, description, everything I used is going to be listed below. Link to my online store, my email. Like I said, I'd love to hear from you. If you need a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be yours. If you need a catalog, please write me on my email address. And until I see you next, have a great day and happy crafting, everyone. Goodbye.